Welcome back. This is Ethan from 115 Gaming, your home for all the tips and tools you need to improve your matches of Six Siege, the board game. Now that Jack's Operator Breakdown series is underway, I figured we could take a break this week and talk about the non-operator gadgets that the attackers and defenders get to bring to the table. While the operator abilities and gadgets are oftentimes more flashy, the extra utility one has in their tactical inventory can often mean the difference between winning and losing. In this two-part video, we're going to be looking at each gadget, determining what it does, its overall usefulness, and example scenarios for when you should use them. Let's get started with the attackers. First up, we'd like to mention that the attackers actually get an advantage here over the defenders as they get 6 possible gadgets, plus 3 automatic drones as well, giving them a total of 9 gadgets to use, while the defender only gets 4. This should inform us to realize that the attackers were designed to use their tactical gadgets a lot. Let this be a lesson to anyone who has ever felt that the attackers are weaker than the defender, that it's possible you're not taking advantage of these extra tools. Let's break them down. Drones. Drones are first up on the list because you automatically start the game with 3 of them every time. These are free, so don't let them go to waste. Drones are a deployable gadget that once deployed can move up to 5 movement points. They can't pass obstacles, go upstairs, or move through barbed wire tokens, but they can move into spaces with operators. Once the drone ends its movement, it automatically scans every enemy operator in the whole room around it. Hidden operators are revealed, and every operator scanned becomes located. Drones are used for intel gathering. Use these to scope out a room before you enter it to determine the location of real operators or decoy tokens. Using these allows you to avoid running into a room with tokens without knowing which ones are fake or real. You can also use these to locate an operator and shoot them behind a soft wall. When using drones, try and use them to scan rooms with multiple tokens and operators to get the full use out of its ability. These are especially great in the early game when you're trying to determine how safe your entry point is.
Where's your Jaeger? That's the question. That is the question. Is it this one or this one? That's kind of spicy, I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna use a drone so I scan everyone in this room.
Cool.
Oh, okay. That was risky, dude.
Breach charges. Breaching charges are a deployable gadget that have the red destroy rating. These are great for destroying red walls or reinforced hatchways, or castle barricades. What's great about these is that they give you Thermite's gadget, but on any of your operators, allowing for more flexibility when it comes to your destruction in the game. You can use these in order to take a different operator than Thermite, or you can take them in addition to Thermite to really give you the ability to open up the map as much as possible. These are really flexible, and you can destroy anything you need to with them, so you can't ever go wrong with bringing 1 or 2 with you in your tactical inventory. They can save you in a pinch. Frag grenades. Frag grenades are throwable gadgets that deal 2 yellow damage to an operator in the targeted space, and 1 yellow damage to operators in adjacent spaces. They also destroy all yellow electronic gadgets in the affected spaces. Despite what your video game instincts may have you believe, these are not super deadly gadgets. You won't be killing any enemy operators on 1 grenade roll. What these are good for, however, are 2 things. 1, gadget removal, and 2, gunfight finishers. Using these can be useful when destroying gadgets clumped together, allowing you to potentially take out multiple cameras, jammers, etc. in one action if the defender has placed its gadgets poorly. The other scenario to use them is when you've made a shoot action and the opponent survives. You can take another shoot action, but more than likely they only have 1 to 2 health remaining. So often a frag grenade can be used to close the deal on a kill if you failed to kill the enemy in a gunfight.
I mean, that's what I would think, but okay.
I'm fine
So
with
then
that.
I will use my frag I'll throw that at him for a 2 yellow
Okay.
attack.
Are you gonna finish
Might
him off?
not-
Oh, come on. If you roll blank, I can repost.
Come on.
Blanks. Nice.
2! Just
Very
enough.
good. Dude, that was dope. Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
Another useful tidbit about throwables is that you can throw them through smoke and gas overlays that block line of sight. Never rely solely on a frag grenade for a kill, but they can be used as effective gadget removal and gunfight finishers in a lot of situations. Having at least 1 in the pocket can be very useful in a given game. Flashbang grenades. Flashbang grenades are another throwable item on the list here. They give operators in the targeted space and adjacent spaces the stunned condition. When an enemy operator is stunned, all their weapon rolls automatically become only 2 yellow. This can be pretty useful if an enemy operator is holding a really good line of sight on your entry point and you can't get in without taking a gunfight. Use flashbangs in these scenarios to neuter their gun and take a much less risky gunfight.
Okay, Thermite's gonna move here. He will throw a flashbang into this room.
Smart. So I'm stunned.
Yes. IQ is gonna move 1, 2, so you will get a riposte against me.
Yes, riposte. Just 2 yellows, though, unfortunately. Good use of your gadgets there, sir. I commend you. You're still gonna die.
Still gonna die.
Nope, nothing.
You could also throw these from the upstairs to help out your downstairs operators in their push. Beware though, even a stunned operator can get a kill with 2 yellow, so don't think these will make you invincible in a gunfight. You still need to be cautious here. These are very situational, and with the state of the dice in the game, these aren't my favorite gadgets to bring as they're less reliable, but when they work, they really work. Just because I personally don't use these a lot doesn't mean they're bad. Feel free to experiment with them and see if you can use them more effectively than me. Smoke grenades. Smoke grenades are one of the most clutch items you can bring. Often, the difference between winning and losing will come down between you and an enemy overwatching operator who is pinning you down. How can you get past an operator holding a constant line of sight on you? You block their line of sight and walk right in front of them. Smoke grenades are a throwable that allows you to place a smoke overlay on the targeted space. This overlay blocks all line of sight through it. These are incredibly useful and can be enough to render an entire site defense inert long enough for you to get in and lay a good hold on the site while the enemy is unable to repost.
And oh man, do you have line of sight to that?
I'm not gonna lie, I think I do. It's pretty sure I do.
Oh well, that's why I have a smoke grenade. So I'm gonna throw a smoke grenade.
I literally hate smoke grenades stuff.
I'll chuck it right here, and then I will move and shoot Jaeger.
I like to bring at least 2 of these in order to give myself multiple opportunities to block the defender's line of sight. The only warning I would give here is that the defender's nitro cell throwables can be thrown at you through the smoke overlay. So once again, don't think this gadget will make you invincible.
Okay, so I am going to unlean and then move into whatever the square, and I'm gonna throw a nitro cell right here.
Okay, cool, yeah. Hit me with that nitro cell.
So
you could kill
oranges. I could. And I still got my reroll token if I remember. Did I already use it? I don't think I did.
Invincible. Always remain cautious even with your gadget's help. These might be my favorite attacker gadget to use. You can never go wrong with having these in your belt. Claymores. Claymores are the last item on your attacker gadget list. This is a deployable item that targets the space it's in and an orthogonally adjacent space, indicated by where the arrow on the gadget is pointing. The Claymore is a trap that is tripped when an enemy operator enters either of the 2 spaces or if it is destroyed. When either of these conditions are met, the Claymore immediately deals 2 red damage to the space and the target space. This one is honestly really tricky to break down. On one hand, it can potentially deal insane damage if it's tripped. On the other hand, situations like these can be really hard to actually set up if the defender is playing properly. Here's what we would like to suggest. Instead of thinking of this as a damage dealing gadget, it is better to think of this as a gadget that blocks potential rotation pathways for the defenders. Any defender worth its salt would never willingly trip a Claymore. They would either go around or waste an action trying to destroy it. This is what you want by placing a Claymore, to block defender pathways and to waste their time, not as something that can reliably kill an enemy operator. Even then though, it can sometimes be hard to find a situation where you can set this up properly, especially if you don't have enough actions to overwatch afterwards. These are really useful, but really situational, and it can often be easy to go a whole game without a good opportunity to use one. Experiment with these, and see what works best for you. That's it for the list of attacker gadgets in the tactical inventory. We hope this has been helpful for you and that you now have a better idea of the ways to use these gadgets to your advantage. We'll have a second part to this video soon that will break down the Defender's tactical inventory, as well as our additional gameplay and analysis videos, so subscribe so you don't miss anything. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.